Good morning and welcome to Ruminations with Eli Love. Today's topic and message is going to be observant, be effective, be efficient. So first off, be observant. You maybe heard the saying of God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen and not just speak. You know, I'm guilty sometimes of speaking and not being as observant in the moment. I think it would help for us to all be a little more aware. Now, we have things that we've learned over time that become habits and patterns. So to do that, we use what's called the good general forward progress method, and that is to do a little bit each day in small increments. And so being observant, another thing, that one thing that I've actually been pretty good at is observing patterns and trends. Because you notice a lot of things is patterns and trends. And sometimes, just what you hear and listen to, it may be true that it's not accurate information. So you have to take and observe that. So what I like to do is, like, each day, this is my goal this week, is to take a little bit of time out of each day, maybe 25 minutes or so, and just observe. Don't actually attempt to do anything outside of observing. Don't create a form of an opinion. Just observe what's going on. And that's the first part. Step 2, be effective. So how are you effective? To be effective, you must be doing the right things. Well, how do you determine if you're doing the right things or not? You probably heard people say, well, you could be busy, but not be productive. So one of the ways to do the right thing is to really take and prioritize what it is that you're wanting to achieve and accomplish. Now, setting your main big goal is probably the best for you. It's different for each person. And then whatever that is, you're working toward that and you're ruminating upon it. Because remember, our thoughts and where we are as far as vibrating with our energy level is where we tend to move toward. And then the third thing is being efficient. So we got to do the right things. We got to figure out what the right things are. We can find those, and usually that answer only lies within yourself. Meditation helps you find that, contemplation, things that you can really be self-aware so that you can figure out what it is that you are going to do. So being efficient, we must make sure that we're focused. Well, there's a tool I use that I'll share with you that's worked effectively for me, and it's called the Pomodoro timer. If you're not familiar with it, you can do a basic internet search and you'll find some things on it. There's no specific one in particular that I'd recommend, but I find a good one that you like. And what you do is 25 minutes, you have a timer that shows up and you see it, it's visible. You can get an app for this. You could actually use an actual timer if you want that you could use for cooking. And you take the timer and you set it to 25 minutes, and during that time you focus on the task that you're doing. You focus on what it is that you want to be effective on, so you have maximum efficiency. And that's what you're focused on during that time. Now, you might get interrupted, things may come up. If you do, you need to note that, because then you just get to see how many interruptions there are throughout the day. But if it's something where your mind's wandering, if it's something that's taking you away, then you need to figure out a way. 25 minutes is not that bad, because after that, you get a 5-minute break. And you do this 4 times in a row. 25 minute, 5-minute break. 25 minute, 5-minute break, and so on. Then at the end of that, the 4 times that you've done this, you get a longer 20, 25-minute break, 15-minute break, whatever works best for you. So this is a way that I've found to be more efficient in getting the things that are at the top of my list done. You know, my goal is to really shoot for 4 Pomodoros a day without any interruption. I'll tell you, it's hard when you work in a corporate environment and there's folks that maybe walk up to your desk. You've got other factors such as the phone ringing or maybe sounds, etc., that's happening around your desk and where you sit. So that's something that helps me to remember and see that big timer that, hey, you got 25 minutes. Get whatever you need to get done that you're focused on is 25 minutes, then take your 5-minute break. So just to recap, 3 things today: be observant, be in the moment, pay attention. Second, I want you to be effective, do the right things. And third, be efficient. Focus, do them right manner. This has been Ruminations with Eli Love, and I hope you have an astonishing day today.